So what is the secret of a successful musical? Here to discuss are Broadway and West End performer Bonnie Langford, executive theatre producer Julian Stoneman, and the woman who was discovered through a TV show to star in Oliver, Jodie Prenger. Bonnie, you've got experience in these matters. What makes... Can you predict a surefire musical hit?
If I could predict it, I'd be very wealthy.
Didn't you make a bit of a mistake with Cats?
Oh, I did. I was offered shares in Cats. I was offered to buy, because they call them angels.
Yes.
People who invest in shows.
And what were you
offered? And you can buy... I was offered one... Well, each unit was £250. And I was only 16 at the time. Wow. I wish I had put my £250...
You didn't take it up?
I wish I'd put my post office savings in that. Oh, because, you know, how many... But I have to say that when we opened in Cats, the very, very first preview, we thought it would be either the biggest success, which it was, or the biggest flop. It was not going to be a middle ground show at all because it was so innovative and different at the time. But the dramas that went on during those rehearsals did not make me think that it would be the former.
Julian, have you got an eye for it? Can you tell? Can you guess?
I tell you, Alan, it's simple. Is it simple? No, it's not simple, is it?
No, is it? No.
But if your audience loves something, that's your tick.
But the audience, you know, I was in them and among them, and they loved Betty Blue Eyes.
And it had one of the best set of reviews for nearly 20 years. Yeah. And it had a great script. Sarah Lancaster, amazing.
Lancashire.
The whole cast were phenomenal.
Can you understand why it didn't work then, Jodie?
Not at all. I thought it was brilliant. I was there as well, and I just absolutely loved it. And especially at the end with the pig, because Kylie Minogue did the voice of the pig, and it's the only time I've ever got to call her a fat pig. But it was just that it was good music, great performances. So when I heard it was closing, I was genuinely really, really shocked.
Can I just pose something? I've just done a little bit of sums and homework and a few inquiries. If you wanted to take a family of 4 to see Shrek, the musical, and you wanted good stall seats, they'd cost you £95 a piece. The car parking, if you were driving up, would cost you £20. Your packet of jelly babies in the theatre would be £2.75. A bottle of water would be £2.65. A programme would be £10. To take 4 people out without having any meal outside, even a McDonald's or anything, 4 people that night at the musical theatre is £415. Well, you see, you can see why folk think I'll pick very carefully.
Can I just say, at this point, it's not going to the actors.
No, fine, OK.
I'm more shocked at the jelly babies.
But I do think some shows do differ. You can get bargains out there.
You can. You can actually get tickets at discounted rates and stuff like that.
You can, but to be absolutely fair, they're usually way up there, you know. Or if you go to, like, in the Leicester Square or whatever, the last-minute tickets, you might get it. But if you're booking ahead, what I'm saying is, it's awfully pricey, Julian, isn't it? It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, but then you also have to think of what you're getting for your money. And what you're getting for your money is first-class entertainment, live orchestra, a live company, amazing scenery. You're in the heart of the West End. You're ticking a lot of boxes from day one.
And also, I mean, we have a lot of interactive television, and people try and say, oh, that's, you know, you are part of it. There's nothing like being in a room with everyone, you know, that room being a theatre. I mean, and something special happens. You keep those memories for the rest of your life.
Oh, you do, as a member of the audience. There is nothing finer, I don't think, in terms of exhilaration as a member of the audience, in sitting in a musical that is cracking and that literally lifts you out. You see, it's the best feeling of all, don't you think, Judy? Not just performing on stage, but being a part of the audience.
It's fantastic. I mean, I always say you pay £1,000 for your TV licence, but you're watching something that is live. And literally, you can't not go to a musical and not want to jump out your seat. It is...
Well, you should.
You should.
Don't always. But this is what's difficult, is that, you know, a lot of the shows that are successful that we see, I mean, it's a thriving industry. We must celebrate the fact that it will always be there. Live theatre will always be, especially in times when people are unhappy. And there's so much, you know, depression going on. You need to be lifted out of your seat.
New, fresh, exciting things coming up this autumn. That's the thing about going to the theatre.
We've got Matilda coming.
We've got
Matilda in the rain.
And I'm doing Rock of Ages this autumn. I've got to get that plug in. And I'm bringing Vanessa Redgrave to the West End for driving
my niece is in it. So my niece is singing in the rain as well. So
it's just doing well. Excuse me, now stop this shameless plugging immediately.
You have to get it out there.
If you had to sum up then the essential ingredients of what would be a good all right, you know, you can't guarantee success, we've established that. But Jodie, what do you want when you go to a musical? What do people want to see?
Do you know what? I really want to listen just to great music and see fantastic performances, and I've never been to a show yet where I haven't felt that coming out. I just think the trend now is all the films like Shrek, Legally Blonde and all stuff like that, but the good thing is so many of the old musicals, like Singing in the Rain and Crazy for You, they're all coming back.
Well, also now, people know the music of Les Mis,
Yes.
of Phantom, of Lion
Yes.
King. Isn't that something that's to be considered, Julia? They want to go to something that they know they will enjoy.
Absolutely right. I think people these days need to be guaranteed something. If they know the title, if they know a song, if they know some of the stars in it, that helps you go, I'm going to go and see that because of... If you're having a brand new show with no songs that anyone knows, no cast that no one knows, would any of you buy a ticket?
It's why we try and do excerpts from the shows on this programme, because at least people can get an idea of what's going on.
I've just come back from... I've been living in America for a couple of years, and Broadway, I live in New York, and Broadway, it is so celebrated. Things like the Tony Awards are on television. And they're huge, they're celebrated, they're this wonderful export that, you know, you go to Broadway to see the shows.
Yes.
And we have them here. And if you go on Broadway, most of the shows are either originally from England, things like Mamma Mia and stuff, and you know, Phantom, all these big shows, and the smaller shows too. Or they have someone like Daniel Radcliffe, who's made a huge success.
Can I just go down the line then and just get from you three so the folk out there can get a bit of copper-bottom guarantee here. The shows, the musicals that are on in London at the moment, OK, so it's the ones that are on right now, what would be your individual must-sees? Bonnie, you first.
I just saw Mamma Mia with my daughter and we had a great evening out, and I've got lots of friends in it, so that's a good one to go and see, across a great spectrum of ages.
It's one of those I love shows where you come and your facial muscles ache.
Yeah, well, and also there were a lot of people doing dad dancing at the end as well.
Anything wrong with dad dancing at all? I got told off by my kids because when I dance, my face looks as if I'm in agony. Julian, your must-see.
Well, my must-see, well, as I said, it's a difficult one for me because I'm in previews for Rock of Ages and Driving Miss Daisy.
You told us that.
Yeah, but at the moment, it would have to be Jersey Boys.
Jersey Boys.
Yeah,
and it's my show, so it's, it's
well,
very
again,
hard.
we've had them on the show, so that's been good. Great songs. My girls were astonished. You took them to see that. They were astonished that Frankie Valli had done so many of the tunes that they knew in their late 20s. Yeah. Jodie, yours.
I'm a really big fan of the old stuff, but things like, say, Phantom of the Opera and also Crazy for You are just... And Les Mis, there is so much out there. It's true, isn't it? That you have got this fantastic wealth of performers out there, and I just urge everyone to go see stuff like that.
All right, well, there you are, a few ideas, but we want to celebrate the magic of musical theatre this afternoon, as well as bemoan the fate of one or two others. Our studio audience will decide who plays out today's show. Here's the shortlist.
Walk like a man, fast as I can. Walk like a man from you.
Well, our audience will decide which is their favourite of those three a little bit later on. But for now, my thanks to Bonnie Langford, Julian Stoneman and Jodie Prenger. Thank you.